And now, the star of the show, Jordan Rogozinski.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to another Jordan 411 Sports Show. I'm with my normal co-host, Jeremy Rogozinski and Michael Gerald. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us back. We haven't
Yeah,
haven't lost our jobs yet, so
Yeah.
yeah.
we're doing
Well,
something right.
I just want to talk about just the Stanley Cup playoffs overall. Both series, to touch on them both. Well, my thoughts in the New York one are it's kind of going back and forth. And I've been noticing that the power plays been coming up large, which actually, funny enough, Gardner Neal mentioned in his press conference that you need a good power play. So that coming true a little bit. So that's what I noticed.
Yeah, I would say that series is very tight.
Yeah.
It's back and forth, and I think that series is gonna go seven. Um, it's just they're both evenly matched. They're both well coached, and both have good goalies. And I don't see a weakness for on either team for New York or Florida. Um, the Edmonton series, I would say, I don't know. I think Edmonton's done. I don't think they have enough juice. Dallas is deep. They have that Sting Coven and that Wyatt Johnson, those young guys carrying them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they're tough to beat, but I do think whoever comes out of New York and Florida, I do think they'll put up a better fight against Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I was thoroughly disappointed in the first round of the playoffs. To me, there just wasn't a lot of substance there. It just seemed like, okay, you win game one, you win game two, you win game three, you're well on your way to the next round. Yeah, sure, you'll give up a game to push it to another game, but I don't think any of this series were really in doubt once it got to three wins on either side. Um, but I think for the first time in a number of years, we're having a very good second round, a very good third round. Um,
Yeah.
I think we had one of the better second rounds in recent memory, and I mean, we don't need to talk much further about the Eastern Final here, which is now three of the four games have gone to overtime, two have gone to New York, one has gone to Florida. You know, the regulation game was probably the worst game that the Rangers have played in the playoffs. So that series is, I think, right where it should be. If Dallas wins game one against Edmonton, or loses, sorry, game one against Edmonton wins, then that's two. I think it comes to tonight. Um, by the way, we're doing this show in advance of game number four at Rogers Place in Edmonton. So, yeah, I think Edmonton needs to win tonight. I just don't see a way they can go 3-1 to Dallas, two out of three left in Dallas, and try to pull that out. The part of it was extremely disappointing to me is I don't want to hang this on Stuart Skinner, but to me, he did not have his best game in game number three. And yeah, his team fell apart for a 3.5 minute stretch, which Jason Robertson has awoken.
Yeah.
But again, I just think that the Oilers are playing with them. Can they beat them? Time will tell. Um, Again, I just don't like putting the cart before the horse because anything can happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Stuart
I
Skinner
agree
needs
with
to
you.
be better. That go ahead goal at that point in the third period cannot go in. That is a smart play by Jason Robertson to open it up and then slide it. Think that he's going around and then slide it in between the post and the pad.
Yeah.
But you gotta stop it at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree with you, Michael. Tonight is a must-win for Edmonton. If they don't win, to win two out of two and to win all three. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
All 2 out of 3 in Dallas.
I know
Yeah.
that's tough. Yeah, they got to win tonight or bye bye.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Stranger things has happened, but
Yeah.
I just don't see Dallas collapsing.
No.
No.
And the way they play, like they're very defensive orientated. Yeah. And like Ottinger's been good, and like not not too many not too many holes on Dallas. Like yeah, that second period was wild, but then Dallas kind of rolled it back in. So
Yeah,
yeah.
the issue that I have is that Edmonton seemingly dominated the last 2 first periods. This
Yeah.
includes game number 2. For once, they were able to pull ahead by more than 1 goal, which is something they didn't do, in game number 2. And I think it opened the door for this sort of Dallas pushback. But like, to me, the game flipped on a dime in that second period. Edmonton could not get the puck out of the zone. They were reaching. It's like they were on skates, literally trying to keep up with Dallas, who just found a whole new level. And first and third period, I would say first period Edmonton dominated. Second period Dallas dominated. Third period it was going to be that one shot right opposite to Jason Robertson, which Edwin Stewart's dinner should have had, but
Yeah.
you need to score more goals. And I think Edmonton's being exposed for the lack of depth. And Darnell Nurse is like a minus 12 in the playoffs. That's a real problem.
Yeah, he's their highest paid defenseman, like $9.25 million. Ay.
I remember when you looked at that, Jeremy, you were like, how?
Yeah, how's he worth that much?
You know what? He's a pretty good. See, this is the problem. You offer the guy a long-term extension, and this is what I fear about the Shifley and the Hellebuyck extension to tie it back to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
You get 4 good years, let's say. Then what? The last 3.
Yeah, I know.
And Edmonton is in year 1 of a 7-year deal with Darnell Nurse. Like,
year 1.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, financial security and the guy's game deteriorates. I would look to see if he maybe gets a different D partner tonight to help sort of insulate his game. But what's done is done for me.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about Connor McDavid. I've been noticing he's been very different. He's been battling on the boards. He's been very engaged physically. That's not typically what you see in Connor, but I guess it's playoff time, so every guy ramps up, including the captain. So, what are your thoughts, Jeremy?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the big guns need to step up for Edmonton. I don't think they've done enough. I mean, you mentioned Michael, they need more goals. Well, that's Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, but they also got to keep the puck out of their net. So, you need your stars in the playoffs, right? Like I think their stars have disappeared a little bit.
Hyman's been pretty good still.
Yeah, listen. I think we're seeing a different Connor McDavid this year. If you notice, it's a guy trying to put his teammates first. He had I think he had over 100 assists this year, which is just bonkers. And the guy needs to. I hate to say this, and I say this to some of my players all the time in ball hockey, especially the ones that I know that can score. It's okay to be selfish when we need a goal. Like, shoot the puck. You're one of the best shooters in the league. You're one of the best scorers in the league. Why be delegating, passing? I understand you want to be a team player, but what we saw in that first period in game number 3 is what I want to see more of.
Yeah.
McDavid looking like he's going to take the game over and inciting some fear into the opposition, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
I always say you can't score unless you shoot the puck.
No.
I mean, the one was, I think, Connor McDavid off of the elbow or off of the arm of Zach Hyman and into the net. Second one was the Reese, kind of 2 feet outside the crease. Like, they need more of that. But part of me that just wonders is that 3-minute stretch in the second period an aberration? Because if you look at it, Edmonton's been right there for the lion's share of these 3 games. And I start to wonder, like, is it over? Or is this just Dallas doing a little bit more right now? And I think we're going to get an answer to that tonight in game number 4.
Yes, we will. Yeah. I agree.
What do you think of, well, it's in my mind here, what do you think of the Oilers going back to Stuart Skinner?
I mean, I don't think you have a choice. I mean, I don't know. The other guy didn't do that great either, but I don't know. I mean, Edmonton, it's been a problem for years with Edmonton. They don't have a goalie. Years it's been a problem.
I wouldn't even suggest the goaltending has been a problem. It seems like there comes a point in the playoffs, and I think we're hitting that point where they just run out of gas.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Round 3, you get tired.
And it was interesting because I thought, I don't know if you saw the comments of Chris Knobloch after game number 2, where he's basically politely pleading for more power plays for his team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw that.
In the nicest way possible, but I mean, come on, Chris. The games are officiated much differently in the playoffs, and the other penalty kill or the other power play. We'll get to the penalty kill in just a minute. Hasn't quite been near as effective because they haven't gotten near the amount of opportunities. So,
and the further you go in the playoff, the less the penalty you get.
I mean, even look at last night. Like, people argue that Sam Reinhart shouldn't have been on the ice with a game-winning goal because he should have been in the penalty box for putting the glove in the guy's face at the end of regulation. And probably in the regular season, that's offsetting roughing penalties, probably. But now in the playoffs, it's like the officials want to let the players decide the game. Now that comes to the painstaking narrative of the rule book goes out the window in the playoffs, but writers can't be choosers. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, no.
Well, we might as well talk about the elephant in the room. What people came to hear my thoughts on is the hiring Gordon Neal for the Winnipeg Jets. I thought it was a good press conference, a good hire. We'll see, obviously, how it works out. Time will tell. But I like how he's getting into analytics and talking about a summer summit. I do like that because analytically, Shifley and Connor don't work together. So if that's the case, then maybe they won't be together.
Yeah. First impressions of this Arneal press conference, I liked it. But I also hate it in the same sense because it feels like we're going, one step forward, two back. And, the amount of the thing is that I'll say this, I don't dislike the hire. I think it's the right hire for right now.
Yeah.
It's a guy that's been on the staff for 2 years. It's a guy that's been around and has been part of setting the expectations for 2 years.
Mhm.
So there's not that much of change given what to expect, expectation wise, gameplay wise, etc., etc. To me, the Winnipeg Jets boil down to one thing. You need to get your power play going, but isn't so stagnant. But even me watching on TV knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they gotta kill off penalties. The penalty kill and the power play in the bottom third of the NHL for where they were in the standings just isn't gonna cut it.
Horrible. Like, you got to fix the penalty kill and power play. That's number one.
Yeah.
And that's what I took out of the Arniel press conference is that special teams is going to be better, going to have to be better.
Yeah.
And this line of 5 to 10% better applying to everybody. Absolutely, but my only concern with that is the other 31 NHL teams are probably saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you see the whole Arniel thing, Jeremy?
I don't know. I mean, it was nice that he talked about analytics, and obviously last year's special teams was an issue, so I'm hoping he addresses that by hiring assistants that have had success with special teams, right? They've had success with penalty kill and power play.
Yeah.
Because as you're seeing now, the teams that go further in the playoff, they have good penalty kills, they have good power play, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like he said, that wins you games in January, February, right? When there's kind of a lull, you know?
See, the problem is, and I think this is what you're getting at, Jeremy, is you can have. Hey, man, I'm having audio issues.
Okay.
But we can still hear you, though.
You guys
Hello?
want to keep talking? I'm having audio
Okay.
problems.
We'll
Okay.
talk about Bombers then until you get back.
Yeah, I mean, Bomber season's coming. We're going to the preseason game on
Yeah.
Friday.
I'm excited to go.
Yeah, it'll
on
be interesting.
Friday. Yeah.
The area I'm gonna watch the most is probably the kick return
Yes.
game.
Yes.
I want to see who really takes over that area.
And the right tackle,
Yeah,
Jamarcus.
I think right tackle will be Eric Lofton.
Yeah.
I think that's
Probably.
But the guard spot too. I mean, will it be Wallace? I don't know. That Gabe Wallace.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
big boy.
big. He's big.
But yeah, no, and then it'll be interesting because I mean we did lose a lot, and I mean we're not gonna have Big Hill probably for the first game or two.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Lots of injuries. A weird camp.
Lots of injuries already. Jamal Parker, Big Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna be
Dempsey, Oliveira.
Yeah, they haven't practiced.
Which Michael
Schoen has been in and out. So oh god.
Patty Neufeld just came back.
He came back to practice now.
But I think most of that is camp.
Yeah, I mean those guys don't need to practice, but
yeah.
I wouldn't want them going in game one like having nothing. Cold. Right? Because I mean, going into a game, it's different than practice, right? Like, hopefully they can practice next week before game one.
next week.
You know,
Some of them.
Some of
There's obviously some of them that won't be able to. But
yeah. My
Um,
biggest thing I'll be watching is how Mike Miller does with the special teams.
yeah,
That'll be interesting. Because first year special team coach, I mean, last year special teams weren't good enough. They let us down
yeah,
quite often.
yeah.
With
The
kick-
punt coverage, kickoff. Yeah,
So we'll see how it shapes out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we did lose quite a bit on special teams. We lost Jesse Briggs. Didn't we lose Gauthier?
I believe we still have them, but
Or I think we lost Briggs. We lost a couple of special
a
teams.
couple guys. Yeah,
Yeah, Janarin Grant's gone, but you know what? He's older.
he's older.
Oh shit. He's older. He was
Yeah,
he was
Okay.
like half a year last year.
I think I sent you both a text saying my audio sounds like I'm in a washing machine.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna have to fight through this the rest of the way.
Oh
okay.
But yeah, I know there's some breaking news actually in the CFL, which just
Oh.
came down.
oh.
The Calgary Stampeders have placed wide receiver Malik Henry on the 6-game injured list
Oh.
Wow, that's huge.
Wow.
after he missed all of last year with an injury.
Again.
See, some guy they just once they get injured, they keep getting injured. Right? It's just in football especially I find that.
Or a player that's got all the talent in the world but can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, the biggest thing I'll be watching, Michael, is the special teams.
Yep. No, I could not agree more. I have my tickets for opening night
Yeah.
and the
That's a
Banjo Bowl.
birthday, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the first game, June 6th.
Yeah. June 6th.
Yeah, my for those that don't know, my birthday's June 5th. So
Oh, really?
Birthday.
yeah.
Birthday
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, so us and then you and then it's just way too dead. What are your expectations on the Bombers this year? Like to me that whole West Division is really improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like the Senate, but I am very reluctant about Saskatchewan's 2-0 preseason record and how that's gonna translate. I still think there's a lot of growing pains about to happen there.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think the Riders are improved.
Yes.
I just think the playoffs, they'll be in the playoff race with 2 weeks left in the season. Whether they get in or not,
Yeah.
time will tell.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You can bring in all these free agents, but how will they gel, right? They have to gel,
Do the mesh.
right?
Yeah.
But no, I think it'll be similar to the 2019 season this year. That's how I think it'll go.
You've been middle of the path and then warming up for the playoffs. No,
Yeah. I think BC takes the division.
regular season, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
BC finishes first, we're second. And then I'd say Edmonton third.
See, like, I have an issue. Like, I think BC, Winnipeg 1, 2 in some order. I can get around and I can get behind.
Yeah.
It's this Edmonton, Saskatchewan, Calgary, but I'm having trouble.
Yeah.
Sort of
Figuring
3, 4, 5. I think Edmonton's better. Are they that much better with McLeod Bethel Thompson?
I know. Time
and
will
other pieces in Calgary, can they put touchdowns on the board instead of stalling drives at the 20-yard line?
Yeah.
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 No, I
And
mean
then-
first in
Go
the
ahead.
West, in us and BC, for sure. So,
I think BC and Winnipeg are lots to make the playoffs.
oh yeah,
It's after that that I'm not sure about. And my sleeper is a very, very good Ottawa team this year.
Us too, we believe
With
Ottawa will-
Drew Brown.
Drew Brown.
Yeah.
The problem is, not the problem, but I could really see Toronto taking a massive step back.
Yeah.
Now, what's a massive step back when you're 16-2 or 14-2, whatever you were, 14-2, I think.
Yeah.
Is no, sorry, 18 games. They were 16-2.
yeah,
Yeah.
16, yeah.
They were 16-2. Yeah, to me, it's just, but I'm not sure what their read is. With Chad Kelly, I think 12-6 would be an unbelievable season
Yeah.
given the circumstances. I think
Yeah.
Hamilton's a better squad.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Montreal is the squad to beat out east.
Yeah. Yeah. We agree.
Yeah.
We actually agree on something.
Okay, we should be fired from this podcast because there's no argument because we agree on everything.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. Montreal and Ottawa will be neck and neck.
Yeah, well,
I
think
just
I
think
think
Drew
Hamilton's in a battle with Ottawa for the last playoff spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my opinion,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we'll have CFL predictions on the next show. How does that sound?
Yeah, on the next one. Yeah.
On
Yeah.
the next one, right before
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it starts next Thursday, June 6th. We kick
Yeah.
off for real.
Are you does going to the game on Friday?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious how that's gonna go, but that's a discussion
Yeah.
for,
I mean,
for another time.
so-
Anything before we wrap up, Jordan?
I'm
No,
wondering if Zach Colaris will play on Friday.
Yeah.
You don't think he will?
I think he should, at least a drive or two. But I always hold my breath because, like, it's preseason. Like, oh my God, if he gets hurt.
I mean, I subscribe to your theory about second place if none of these starters are going to play. Because they're gonna need a game or two to shake the rest off. But this is that problem about, like, if you have to hold these guys back, like, is there not a bigger health worry that we should all be worried about if these guys can't crank it up for the preseason?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, to
He'll
me,
play.
it's just
that's what's worrying. But Zach will go out and play. I mean, he'll go out and ball, right?
to me, I just wonder if this is terrible timing with hosting the Grey Cup next year, if this is just going to be a house of cards that they come crashing down.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Yeah. Time
that
will
is
tell.
why we are here, and the players are on the field, and the trainers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
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 And I'll say, Mike, all your worries not to be worried about.
Yeah,
Yep.
it'll all take care of itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. It was fun as always. And we'll definitely do a CFL show before the season. So, yeah, we'll
Sounds
see you
good,
guys
guys.
again.
Yeah.
And bye.
Yeah. See you.
See ya.